What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to a brand new video of the preview. Missed a review and I just didn't want to make a video. Put it out there, I didn't. Because I was busy doing things, going out and about. Yeah, I did say when I came back I'd do it, so just thought I'd let you know the reasoning. And also I've been a bit lazy. Yeah, it's been a long month. And a long time without a payday, so Kurt has been having to get creative and think of ways to entertain himself, which so happens to be Parks and Recreation on Amazon Prime. There's no paid sponsorships here apart from the one with Fantasy Total, which I won't be actually looking at my bets this week. However, go and look at Fantasy Total. I'll be back next week. Well, I'll say next week in a couple of days because Game Week again coming up soon. So yeah, go check out Fantasy Totes, and without further ado, let's check the goalkeepers. Now this week, just warn you, it's going to be a bit of a strange week. I've gone for a few out there picks, but the four goalkeepers I've got are McCarthy, Butland, Heaton and Kurtyoy. Now first off, Kurtyoy, expensive but does the job, and I think Chelsea have got a clean sheet coming up at home to Bournemouth. Maybe not many goals, but again, clean sheet nonetheless. If Kurtyoy's back, he should be. Again, another one that could be back soon is Heaton. He's currently lacking match fitness. And if he doesn't play, I just want to say Pope would be a good option. But for now, when Heaton comes back at 4.7, it's like effectively he was 4.5 again. So all of a sudden, he becomes a really, really good option. So those two are good. You've also got Butland there and also McCarthy. Two very, very good goalkeepers and two English shot stoppers. They do what they do. They're a goalkeeper for a reason. They're good at shot stopping, and I think Butland, especially at 5.0 under new management of Paul Lambert, not the most flattering choice, and not one that's going to make you play very attractive football, Barcelona style, fast attacking play, but he'll steady the ship, and he'll get Stoke and retain Stoke's Premier League status, they hope. So looks good there, but for me Butland is definitely a good keeper to have, as too are the other three as well. Next up we have the defenders, and we've got Alonso, Bellerin, Walker, Peters, Cedric and Robertson. Alonso at 7.3 is a very expensive defender, probably the most expensive we've ever gotten, or have done in quite a while. I'd say probably the best attacking defender since you think back to Ivanovic, when he was at his prime, and he'd blaze forward to get goals, assists, he'd be basically an extra striker. That sort of play. Alonso has free kicks, he has long shots, so he can get in the area, is good in finishing as well, which is something that is wonderful for FPL. Hoping they don't put him 7.5 because that is really going to stretch people for next season, but for now 7.3, he's decent, so get him in. They've got two good games coming up. I think Alonso will play in both, get clean sheets in both, maybe even some attack and returns too to top off your game week. Bellerin at 6.1 is another one. Got away a game against Swansea coming up. Now Swansea are a tough team. The last time Arsenal went away to a Carlos Carvalhal managed side, they lost 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Wanted to get that in there because I won't get any chances to get good things in there about Sheffield Wednesday that we're playing at the moment. Although we're getting better. The Lord Ashley Hughes, our saviour. I'm getting off course. Walker 6.6, definitely a good defender to have. He's good going forward. Bit pricey, I know, a bit like Alonso, but you've got to do what you got to do to win your fantasy Premier League points against your teammates and whoever you've in the league with, effectively. So Walker is another one that you need to have. You've got to have some premium defenders, and he's probably one of the top premium defenders out there. Then we've got some cheap ones. Oh, I believe I'm right in saying at 4.7 we've got Peters, Cedric and Robertson. Peters again, Paul Lambert coming in, steady the ship. If Peters gets playing time, he gets clean sheets in my eyes, and I think Stoke, looking at their game this weekend, they are coming up against a Watford side that I do think could be in a bit of trouble now. They should not have got rid of Silva. It was a bad spot, and their reasoning for it was weird, but yeah, Watford are in trouble, and I think Stoke will get 1-2-0 win with that one. Cedric, Southampton have been alright recently, 3 draws in the last 4 Premier League games, and I can see a clean sheet at least against a poor looking Brighton side. And then Robertson coming in as Liverpool face off against Huddersfield, the Klopp-ish type manager derby. They're both German, they know each other, blah blah blah. Robertson, I think, is playing well. Should keep his spot. Unless I'm mistaken, he's injured and I've completely missed it. I usually see him, but I completely missed it. If so, maybe Moreno. But for now, I'd say Steve Robertson. If he's injured, Moreno. Moving on to midfielders, you've got Sterling, Shaqiri, Mkhitaryan, Mahrez, Mane and Hazard. Now Sterling is always he's an interesting one. He's getting some good playing time. He's probably playing the best football he's ever played in his career. And Man City come up against a recently knocked them out of Liverpool, knocked them out of the FA Cup. Sorry, West Brom side who have knocked Liverpool out. Obviously, that was a really bad sentence there. Poor from me. But anyway, Sterling, great player to have in, and definitely worth the money you'd spend on him. You've also got Shaqiri from Stoke 6.0, looking to be potentially one to look out for. But keep your eye on him, he's definitely worth considering. Then we've got some transfers. Mkhitaryan comes in for Arsenal. I think he could be a vital player. I think he's sorely underrated. I think when he was in form in his previous two clubs, Man United and Dortmund, he is brilliant. But he had a big down spell. Whether that's down to the way Mourinho plays or not, either way, I think in Wenger's style of football, whether it's the 3 at the back or 4 at the back formations, he's going to be allowed to play more creatively going forward, and I think that will really help someone of Mkhitaryan's standards. You've got Mahrez as well, just consistently good, and I think he's proven himself to be a world-class player. You've got Mane as well. Pace is something that I think will really hurt Huddersfield when they're countered, and I do think they've been hurt by pace in the past and counter-attacks, and this game could also be like that as well. And lastly, Hazard. What do I have to say about Hazard? He could do well, he could also not do well. He's the biggest troll. I forgot to take him out and he did alright last week, so I think he could be back in a good goal scoring run, hopefully. And lastly, we've got the attackers. We've got Aguero, Tosun, Firmino, Lacazette and Diouf. Starting off with Aguero, 11.7 or potentially more. I think that one's a bit dated because I forgot to change that one, so if it is different on the graphics, then goody me for remembering to change it. Aguero though against West Brom, he may not get a hat trick. He'll definitely get some attacking returns in that one. So Tosun's another one I'm going to risk putting in there. I'm not quite sure about it because Leicester have been really good in the defensive side of things, but Everton, Leicester I think could be a goal fest in a way, and Tosun hopefully getting on the score sheet. Although maybe Nias might start. I hope not, because I'm putting Tosun in my favoured strikers. We've also got Firmino of 9.2, and again Liverpool I feel like could be really dangerous against Huddersfield, and Firmino has been really good form recently. Lacazette is another one. No deal from Aubameyang's been announced yet, so Lacazette stays, and he faces off against Swansea. Finisher like that, give him one chance, he scores it, and that's all he needs in that game really. And lastly, Diouf at 5.4. He's a bit of a wild card. He's been played all over the park for Stoke. But for now, I think he's having a good run of form, getting a lot of attacking returns, and should definitely be considered. And that happens to be that for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know. Was I talking too fast then? Because I feel like it's the fastest I've spoke it in quite some time. But without further ado, I do bid myself a farewell to this video. And I don't know why I'm doing a different outro, but yeah, I'm gone.